You worked all winter for this. You planned the layout, ordered the seeds, maybe even started your seedlings. And now, April is here. Your garden is waking up. But you know what else is waking up? Every aphid, mite, slug, and beetle within a mile of your raised beds. They've been waiting too. Maybe you've been here before. You walk out one morning and your beautiful kale, the one you nursed from seed, is covered. You reach for the store-bought spray, and then you see the bee, just one bee, working the lavender right next to it. And you put the bottle back, because you're smarter than that, and your garden deserves better. Hi, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Growx Green. Today, I'm sharing 5 DIY organic sprays and strategies that actually work and won't harm a single bee, butterfly, or grandkid in your yard. We're counting down from Method 5 all the way to Method 1, the most powerful tool. Stay with me, because that last one surprises most people. Alright, Method 5. Sometimes the most powerful tool in your garden isn't in a bottle at all. It's your garden hose. For a heavy aphid infestation on sturdy plants like roses, a strong direct blast of water literally knocks them off. And once they're on the ground, they can't climb back. But we don't stop there. You follow up with the simplest organic spray. 1 tablespoon of pure castile soap per quart of warm water. Mix it gently. Don't shake it, or you'll get a froth situation. Spray it directly on the remaining bugs and the undersides of leaves. The soap breaks down their waxy coating, and they dehydrate fast. No residue, no toxins, no worrying about who's drinking from the bird bath. One important thing, don't use dish soap with added degreasers or fragrance. That will harm your plants. Pure castile only. And test it on 1 leaf first if you're trying it on something delicate. Your zucchini can handle it. Your orchids? Maybe not. Method 4 feels like something out of a science fiction movie. It's a fine white powder made from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms called diatoms. They lived millions of years ago, and today they're protecting your tomatoes. To us, it feels like flour, but to any bug with an exoskeleton, slugs, snails, beetles, earwigs, it's like crawling across broken glass. It scratches through their shell, and they dehydrate. Fast. Here's how to use it. Wait for a dry morning. That's key. Then dust a light ring of diatomaceous earth around the base of your plants. Think of it as drawing a protective circle for slugs eating your hostess. This is your single best weapon. They will not cross it. Now the catch, and it's a fair one. It only works when it's dry. So after every rain, every heavy dew, you'll need to reapply. That's the trade-off, but it's worth it. One thing to know, always use food-grade diatomaceous earth, not the kind sold for pool filtration, and apply it carefully. Because they doesn't know the difference between a slug and a bee. Don't dust it on open flowers. We need to talk about something. That changed the way I garden entirely. There is no such thing as a pest-free garden. None, not one. If you spray everything, every bug, every larvae, every egg, you don't just kill the bad guys. You kill the hunters. And when the hunters are gone, the next aphid wave has zero resistance. You've actually made your problem worse. Method 3 is about working with nature, not against it. And it might be the most satisfying strategy on this whole list. Here's what you do instead. You plant what's called a trap crop, flowers and herbs that beneficial insects absolutely love. We're talking dill, fennel, yarrow, sweet alyssum, and phacelia. These plants are like a help-wanted sign. Ladybugs, lacewings, parasitic wasps. They show up for the flowers, and then they stay because there's food. Your aphids. You let your garden become its own ecosystem. And once that balance tips in your favor, it holds. I want you to think about the last time you saw a ladybug in your yard and felt that little lift. That tiny spark of joy. that bug is free. It works 24 hours a day. It doesn't need a spray bottle. And it doesn't cost you a cent. That's organic gardening at its most elegant. Method 2. And I promise, after you make this one, your kitchen is going to smell absolutely incredible or terrible. Depends on who you ask. This is the Garlic and Cayenne Pepper Spray, and it's been used by gardeners for generations. Your grandparents' generation knew about this. The smell alone is enough to send most soft-bodied insects, aphids, whiteflies, packing. And for larger visitors, like rabbits and deer, they take one sniff and they are done. Here's how you make it. You'll need a blender. Take 2 full bulbs of garlic, not cloves, bulbs, and 2 tablespoons of ground cayenne pepper. Add 1 quart of water and blend it into a slurry. Let that mixture sit overnight. The longer it steeps, the more potent. The next morning, strain it through cheesecloth or a fine mesh strainer into your spray bottle. Add 1 small drop of dish soap to help it stick to leaves. That's it. Spray every surface of the plant, especially undersides of leaves. Reapply every 4 or 5 days, and always after rain. You know what I love most about this one? You made it from scratch, in your kitchen, for almost nothing. No plastic, no chemicals, no wondering what's in it. That's real self-reliance. And your garden's going to feel it. And here we are. Method number 1. If I could only keep one thing in my garden shed, just one organic pest control tool. For the rest of my life, this would be it without a single moment's hesitation. Neem oil. It comes from the seeds of the neem tree, native to India. It's been used in agriculture for over 4,000 years. That's not a trend. That's a tradition. And it earned every year of that reputation. Neem oil magic. It doesn't just kill adult bugs on contact. It disrupts their entire life cycle. Eggs, larvae, pupae, adults. Neem oil interferes with their ability to feed, molt, and reproduce. Insects can't build resistance to it the way they can to chemical pesticides. It also has antifungal properties. Powdery mildew, black spot, early blight. Neem helps with all of it. You're getting pest control and disease prevention in one bottle. And critically, when applied correctly, it does not harm bees. Bees aren't active at dusk, and that's exactly when you apply it. Here's the mix that works. And precision matters here, so write this down or screenshot it. 2 teaspoons of high-quality, cold-pressed neem oil. 1 teaspoon of mild liquid soap. The soap acts as an emulsifier because oil and water don't mix on their own. Add that to 1 full gallon of warm water. Mix it gently and use it immediately. Neem degrades in water over time, so you want fresh every time. Spray every surface, tops of leaves, undersides, stems, soil surface. Repeat every 7 to 14 days. As a maintenance spray, or every 5 to 7 days if you're actively fighting an infestation. And remember, early morning or dusk only. Midday sun plus wet leaves equals leaf burn. Experienced gardeners know this. Now you do too. 4,000 years old. A bottle from nature. And it still outperforms most of what's on the shelf at the garden center. Some things don't need to be improved. They just need to be remembered. So there they are. 5 methods. 5 real tools. All organic, all proven, all safe for the people and creatures you love. Method 5. Soap and water blast. Simple, free, effective. Method 4. Diatomaceous Earth. Ancient, physical, lethal to crawlers. Method 3. Beneficial insects and trapped crops. Your garden becoming its own defense system. Method 2. Garlic and pepper spray. Made from scratch, right in your kitchen. And Method 1. Neem oil. The 4,000-year-old standard that earns its reputation every single spring. If these methods helped you, and I genuinely hope they did, here's all I'll ask. Leave me a comment right now and tell me, Which pest is giving you the most trouble this season? I read every single one, and I might just make your answer into the next video. I'm so glad you're growing with us. See you in the garden.